Welcome to Tales of Nowhere, a tabletop RPG podcast. I'm Spencer, the creator of the podcast, and I play Isaac.
My name is Alex, and I play Chuck the Midnight Hondo.
My name is Eric.
And he's in character for
Yeah.
this.
I love that you had to look at your character sheet to find your own name.
Yeah, like your literal first name.
My name is Eric, and I play Thane the Midday Diedrich.
Shadowrun is not anything midday about it.
My name's Kelsey, and I play Kieran.
And last but not least, the most important member of our group, the hellishly handsome DM,
Wow.
Joshua.
That is my favorite so far.
And,
And the most accurate.
Yeah, it's true. And we'll let him take it away.
Previously on Tales of Nowhere.
We walked a long way.
To the kingdom of London.
Ishmarr.
Ishmarr.
We actually started caring, and we asked the captain's name. Not the other two, just the captain.
He's the only one that matters, really.
Guard Captain Pearson Gallifel.
New discovery, Thane likes pastries.
A lot. We had a heart-to-heart talk on the roof of a church. And then we were taken to see the king.
Lancel.
King Lancel Rufus.
A fanboy.
Seems pretty cool.
I think he took us to a sex dungeon.
Then we went downstairs to the hidden antechamber where he had imprisoned a drow female, and I'm kind of worried about that.
So, you guys are now in this dungeon type area. There's more than just a dungeon. I mean, there's looks like scientific equipment around, but what drew your attention was the drow strapped to the table in the middle of the room.
Uh-huh.
Are there other... Is it just... That's all that's in the room?
Oh, good
Or-
question.
Yes.
Can I do a perception check to check out the rest of the room?
Are you looking for something specific or
Just to observe, I think.
Yeah, like what? Trying to determine the purpose of this room.
Okay, sure, roll a perception.
And that is a 18.
Yeah, it's kind of apparent that this is kind of more of a laboratory type thing as opposed to like a dungeon. They're not really holding her prisoner. It seems like she might be strapped down in the way that you would see like in a hospital. Someone's strapped down when they're struggling from pain so that they don't fall off the table or whatever.
Okay, so there's no like torturous instruments happening? or
No,
anything?
there's no sex dungeon. So
Definitely alive? Like, was that obvious?
she's alive, yes, definitely
And
alive.
you said she was in pain.
She's
or she's-
acting like she's kind of in pain.
What does she look like?
So Drow are elves with black skin and white hair. They're from the Underdark. Her hair is cut really short. She looks like a little bit battle worn, like she's been fighting.
Why
King
is this
Lancel
woman being
Rufus.
held like this?
Hondo says, this is what you wanted to show us?
Yes, she's tied down so that she doesn't kill us. She was taken from the battle on the front lines, and there's something very odd about all of the Drow that have been fighting in the war. If you'll come and look closer, you'll notice that she doesn't look quite right. So she kind of motions for you guys to follow him, and as you get closer, she looks a little bit more savage, and she's struggling on the table trying to get out of her restraints. There's kind of like a slight growl to her howls of pain now, like she's trying to get at you.
Yeah, this is real different from what these things usually look like.
That's right. Isaac is an expert on Drow.
Shit.
Tell us what they look like.
I want to do a perception check, I think.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like look at her a little bit more closely.
Okay.
20.
From the world that you came from, and probably you two, well, maybe all of you, she might look like she's coming down from some kind of drug, or that she's going through withdrawals for some kind of drug, but more intense than probably you've ever seen. She's hungering for something, but you can tell it's probably not food and probably not water.
Is she possessed?
King Rufus says, we've had clerics and paladins in here to take a look to see if that is indeed the case, and it does not match any sort of demonic possession or any other possession that's recorded in the historical or religious texts.
I think.
We can't really tell what's wrong with her, but it makes the Drow hyper-aggressive, which we're wondering maybe that's why they're surfacing out of the Underdark.
There's a big drug culture in Shadowrun, so I think Thane's seen this before, and he says, yeah, that's a drug withdrawal if I've ever seen one.
A drug withdrawal. Oh.
Yeah, she's needing a fix, can't you tell?
The cool part about this is if you're wrong, Josh was going to have you roll a deception check.
Would the king know what a fix is?
No.
Okay.
Well, is there anything you can do for her? I mean, what is it that you do for people in this sort of condition?
Can I make a something check to determine if there is something that I can do? If it's medicine, somebody else should tag in here.
Yeah, it would probably be medicine.
I'm proficient in medicine.
It seems like that actually Thane would be the best choice for this.
Yeah.
See if you can help her.
Well, not great. 12. That's a 12.
Okay, yeah, you feel like she's She's so far gone, and this is actually more intense than you've probably ever seen in a drug withdrawal. Like it seems like it's more because it's more than just like the psychological withdrawal and the physical withdrawal, but it's like causing her intense pains type.
This is worse than I've ever seen before. Doesn't seem like she's going to last very long.
Oh dear, I was afraid of that. But she's not the only one. All the Drow seem to be having this sort of reaction. Okay, the Drow's anger and thrashings against her restraints become super intense, so much so that you guys feel the need to take a step back. And actually, as she does it, her arm rips one of the restraints, and she starts pulling away from the surprise attack. Okay. She's casting a spell called Hold Person. She got a 17. What's your spell DC?
Mine's only 12. Oh, dang.
So the woman breaks out of her restraints and actually kind of picks up the table and throws it against the wall.
Sweet.
Everybody roll initiative.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
15.
13.
What?
15.
13.
A second, let me ask for you
15?
real quick.
13.
Hondo actually got 16. He rolled a 15. He being Alex, actually.
Hondo's over there rolling dice.
What's going on?
Eric,
stand in the corner.
not Eric, Thane.
5.
15.
Nope, just 5.
But you have such great charisma or
Dexterity.
Yep.
The problem is he does
The
have...
Drow
I know.
woman, having been preemptively attacked by Kieran, goes after Kieran. So she is going to roll to attack you. What's your AC, Kieran?
18?
Oh, she missed.
Oh, good.
Hardcore. She took a swing at you with her fist, and when she missed and hit the ground, it actually cracked some of the rock floor.
Oh, God.
All right, cool, good.
Bubda, upon seeing his pretty lady being attacked, even though it
Bubda's
didn't
gonna
hit.
die,
Yeah.
Or he's gonna kill her.
Bubda! Punched with a natural 20. I know.
Why is he the strongest of us?
What he used is a spell called Shocking Grasp. Bubda punches with his spiked gauntlets across the Drow's face, and there's a slight shock of electricity that goes along with it. It doesn't look like he did much damage.
Is he an Eldritch Knight?
You don't know. Hondo!
Hondo being cocksure is going to jump at her to try to wrestle her to the ground.
So this is a grapple. It's opposed strength check.
Yeah, she just like ripped the floor apart. It's gonna be fine, right?
No, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry. So I got 12.
You go up to restrain
do
her and
amazingly,
wrestle her,
right?
and she just, one hand, like, strong arms you away, and you fly back a little ways.
Like the Hulk with Thor. Well, I gave it a try, guys.
Good effort,
that?
Hondo. That's what I'm yelling.
As he flies across the room.
You did
So
real
wait,
good.
you get 2 attacks, right?
As I'm across the room.
Do you want to try that
No, I'm
exact
just
same
wondering-
thing, or
She doesn't really push you across the room. That was
Oh.
just flavor.
that's good flavor?
Yeah.
Nice
Tasted
image.
great.
Would you say this cave is dusty? I'm gonna play dirty. It
Oh,
seems
you
like.
want to throw dirt into her
Basically,
eyes?
yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, because it's kind of a natural cave. Where the ground would be rock and probably some dirt and stuff. So grab
You
a
know
handful of dirt and throw it. Would be an unarmed attack, is what I would say.
Okay.
It's super cool, by the way.
Make a unarmed ranged attack, which would just be roll plus dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
11. I really apologize, guys.
You grab a handful of dirt and you throw it at what you hope is her eyes like area, and it didn't make it.
and it just dissipates in front of her.
Yeah.
Maybe you threw it while you were still flying back.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I went to the ground.
All right, Isaac.
Hey,
She screams at you guys, actually. So, my mistress's will be carried out.
I'm going to look at her
Mm-hmm.
and try to make eye contact as she knocks down my friend ? Hondo, and then authoritatively
Mm-hmm.
say, "Stop what you're doing. Stop!" And that triggers a kind of like wave of weird energy that I'm not used to feeling, which will translate into charm person.
You're going to try and charm her?
Yeah. So she needs to wisdom DC a 13.
You make me think of like the Matrix.
Okay, I
when he
rolled
just says no.
I rolled a 15.
Well, that's not gonna work.
No.
Sorry, gang, I tried. What the hell? She broke out. What the hell? King?
You get the feeling just by their reaction that they're as surprised by what's happening as you are.
Okay, well, something triggered it, though. She didn't just decide now is the time when there's 5 guys in here instead of 0.
Mm-hmm. Kieran.
I'm going to attempt to hold person again.
Okay. All right, you hold the person.
Magical pink light bonds wrap up the lady and hold it down. Every time it's her turn, she can try to make another wisdom saving roll.
Captain Galathil is like, "Look out, sir!" And he like puts his hand around the king and kind of blocks
Oh
the
man,
king
I thought
back.
it was gonna be me.
Draws his sword and holds it out defensively, like he's trusting you guys to subdue the target while he protects the king. Thane.
I do the exact same thing with my pastries. I'm trying to think of like a nice way of doing this, but Thane's not that way. He just gets at her. He runs
Good.
at her
Yeah.
to just stab her.
All right.
See
She's held,
see
right?
what we can
Confined,
do. That's a 16.
Good.
Because
I'm
she is
glad.
being held by the hold person charm, she is actually paralyzed in the paralyzed condition. So right now you actually missed her. I don't know how,
Okay.
but you get to attack with advantage because she's paralyzed,
Oh.
which means you roll it twice and
Give
take
it
the
another
higher
shot.
of the two.
That's a 19.
Okay, so that one is a hit. And also because she's paralyzed, any attack that hits is considered to be a critical hit.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
Remember what we do, home rules on a critical?
Yeah. Full damage.
Or are you using your man? You need more flavor text for those
Predator
those
blades.
deals.
They're
Yeah.
predator blades.
Forearm snap blades is
Cool.
what they're technically
You gotta
called.
flex your wrist and have those things pop out.
Oh, yeah. So I flip the bird
You
down.
flip the bird and your sword comes out of
Boom!
your yeah.
Right in the chest. 9 plus my roll. And oh, actually, I'm doing Divine Smite. I add an extra 2d8. It's going to be 17.
Total.
Yep. Okay, I have a
Or-
second attack, so we'll go again.
So you slash into her with one of your like snap,
snap
blades,
blades.
and
Snap
then you're
blades.
just stabbing her in with the
With
other
the
one.
other one,
Yep.
is it the same gesture or is this one like a thumbs up?
That's a 21.
That's a hit.
Another critical is going to be 9 plus.
Wait, so you got another critical?
Well, she's
Is it-
still paralyzed,
Isn't
right?
she still paralyzed?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah,
15.
15 more damage.
Yeah.
Being paralyzed, she's not allowed to. I guess she can still attack, and you're right next to her. What's your AC?
19.
I rolled a 19, so
Is
she
she attacking-
actually hits.
How
you.
is she? Is she attacking Thane just because they're?
Because I've got my double
And he just
blades.
buried
Yeah.
blades into her
That makes
twice.
sense,
I'm like Wolverine style, still stuck in there.
Well, that's the problem with Wolverine, right? If he
Yeah.
doesn't eject, he's just awkwardly.
I'm sorry, let me take these out of you. I apologize.
Excuse me, sir.
How are you today?
You take 10 blunt damage from her punch. Oh, no, sorry. You actually take 15. Sorry.
15, that's it.
15 blunt damage from
Oh,
her
please
punch.
stack more on that.
That's
later.
it.
And now she's going to punch you again for the same amount.
Another 15, huh?
Another 15. And she's going to try and resist the hold person. And she rolled a 17.
Yeah, she got out.
Against the 13, is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
So she breaks out of the hold person and just releases this angry.
Can you just say what happens to Thane? Is he just still attached to this woman that just broke free?
And she just punched him twice for 30 points.
I imagined they were stabs
I
and they're
imagine
over
it
now.
in bullet time, stab, stab, and then she
Oh, okay.
breaks out and punches me.
Sorry, yeah,
Back to
because
you.
when you stab somebody, you don't just. I mean, in
Maybe you
D&D
don't.
fight,
Maybe
you
you
don't
don't.
just sit there with the.
But
I
I'm
don't know.
intimate in my killing. Remember, I have
Yeah.
The
hands on the
last time I
chest.
stabbed someone, I...
Yeah.
She releases this just
It's a
like
good turn.
angry, like rage scream at what's going on, but it's also like there's a very good, healthy amount of pain in it as well.
Sure.
Healthy amount.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're not really sure if that's all because of the stabbings that Thane just did, or it's Bubda's turn again.
Okay.
Bubda's going to try and attack to defend his pretty lady. Oh, and he didn't. He tried really hard. He ran up to punch her, but he tripped along the way and just fell at her feet. I actually rolled a 1, so he actually fell prone.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bubda.
Yeah, I know.
He's either real good
Didn't he
or
crit
real
last
bad.
time?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Hondo, your turn.
I am going to pull out my gun. I'm going to shoot at her. Does non-lethally mean I can still shoot her, but it just won't kill her if I...
Like shooting in the kneecaps. Like
That's
if
what
you wanted to
I
flavor
was going
it.
to shoot in the leg.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So they assume that you, being a experienced marksman, know where you can shoot without causing fatal damage.
Okay. That's what I wanted to do.
Okay, roll your attack.
Please be good. 19.
That's
Finally! That is the highest roll I've ever had.
Congratulations.
that is a
excited about
hit. Roll your damage.
6.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice, full damage.
So a 6, and then I have +1 piercing,
Nice. That was your first attack.
and I shoot her again.
All right,
So like just pow pow.
pow
That's what I'm trying
pow.
to do.
They don't build bullets in D&D, right?
No.
He's
Why?
got a 6-shooter.
He's got to have more ammo on him, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming that for the sake of argument, we're just going to say that you had a ammo belt on you or whatever. So you've got
Or
extra
the
bullets.
holster has ammo in it, like
Okay.
And that
bullets.
every sixth shot,
Those little pouches.
every sixth shot, you're going to have to take an action to reload.
Ooh,
if you're
that's a
gonna
good
keep
idea.
going
I
with
don't
your
think
gun.
you've shot 6 times.
But within a battle.
So you came into this battle with 6 in the chamber.
Okay. For my attack roll again, I rolled a 1.
She knocks the gun out of your hand
Damn it.
and you drop it. So you're going to have to spend your next turn if you want to shoot her again, picking it up.
Okay.
Unless you want to just attack her with something else.
Yeah.
All right, Isaac.
Blaster.
You're going to blast her?
With my laser gun in the kneecaps.
Blaster.
I'll get her this time.
Please tell me
What did you get?
You crit.
I critted failed.
You dropped it. You rolled a 1 as well?
I did, yeah.
All right.
I'll get her this
In
time.
your eagerness to pull your gun out, you fumble and drop it on the
Oh
ground.
my gosh.
That's the best.
You guys are really impressing the king right
We
now.
are, yeah.
I'm so nervous around
Some
him.
of us are.
Kieran, shine a light on this situation.
I got a 10 on her. That's not bad.
Oh, see what I did there? And I
That
didn't
was
even
really
try.
good, yeah.
I am going to manifest a weapon.
Bubda,
guys
Hondo,
should see
and
it.
Isaac,
In my
all 3
brain.
rolled 1s that round.
This was a really bad round.
It was a horrible
For
round.
all of us.
No, I got a 19 and then I hit her for 10. That's not bad.
Yeah, and
I
then you
hit
got the
her-
1, which makes it 20.
I got a crit. Shit.
Critical fail.
Critical
You can call it
fail.
crit shit.
The crit shit.
Shit's better.
That's pretty good, actually.
For funsies and flavor, I'm just going to pull out the great sword. The light of justice will cut through this darkness.
So happy.
All right, just
under
gonna
darkness.
rush the enemy
All right.
and make a swing. The 16
Got
plus
it.
7.
That
It's
ain't
a
so
16
that's
plus
it.
7.
Great job. That's a hit. So you pull this spectral, like, light blade of pink sparkles out of nowhere, and then you take a swing and you whack her, right? Is this like slashing or piercing?
It's slashing damage.
Okay, you
It's
slice
slashing
it
damage.
across.
11 damage.
Nice.
11
Oh,
damage.
like not even. Hi, how you doing?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go back to your microphone, you weirdo.
Sorry about that.
That's
okay.
all right.
And then I'm going to immediately follow that up with my second damage because this blade is thirsty.
Sweet.
Oh, cool.
1.
Oh, it's a 7. Okay, good. It
Okay.
looked like a 1.
Yeah, I was hoping mine was a 7 too.
It was a 14.
That one is a miss.
Okay.
The captain continues to guard the king. Thane, your turn.
Me?
Yeah, get her.
I have fallen quite far in hit points. I'm gonna, as a bonus action, cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Nice.
Then
Make
I'm
yourself harder to hit.
yes, and then I'm going to stab her in the face.
Sweet.
I'm gonna run up and do like a Superman jump.
And flip her off before
Punch.
you make
Yeah.
contact?
Down flip. Blades come out slowly
Okay.
and critical fail.
Oh, my.
The crit shit.
So the
God.
slow motion, you're like up in the air and you're bringing the fist and you're like meeting the enemy and the king is all impressed and it's like slow motion. They're watching you and then you just like fall short of your target.
Oh,
Just
man.
land on my
And
stomach.
just land- ugh.
But you had great form. Oh,
And you actually like, as you were falling to the ground, buried your little wrist dagger into the ground. So you're going to have to spend your next turn pulling it
Pulling it
back.
out.
Everybody's weapon is on the floor now.
Yeah, you guys are really doing great.
That is a lot of crit shits.
Yeah.
It's so many.
Shit crits.
What is going
Shit
on?
crits.
That was
Shit
like
crits is
so
better.
that was
Crits?
1, 2, 3, 4.
All of
ones.
us except Kelsey have critically failed
Including
sometime in this fight.
Bubda.
This is
It's not good.
yeah, poor Bubda. All right, the Drow woman brings up her fist to punch at you know what? She's going for Hondo.
Yes.
Hondo, what was your AC?
It is a 12.
I just asked for fun because she rolled really low. There's no way she's going to hit you. She's going to punch at you a second time though. This time she hits.
Yay.
You take 15 blunt damage.
Welcome to the midnight of your life.
Bubda spends his movement action getting up off the floor. So he's casting Thunder Wave because he wants to push the evil lady away from his pretty lady.
Oh.
And so a wave of thunder, he kind of punches his spike gauntlet fist together. And he says, "Bubda, thunder!" And he hits the ground. A wave of force goes out from him and booms like thunder that can be heard for some distance. Every creature within 15 feet of him. So you must make a Constitution saving throw. So roll a d20, and then you should have a Constitution save on your character sheet.
I'm boned.
Oh, boned over here.
Oh, I'm super boned.
Yeah, she's
Wow, guys!
worse boned than me.
I
I
got
rolled
4.
a 3, so does that help?
Oh my gosh, you guys
Is that healthy?
are-
That's probably
You
healthy.
guys
Are you trying to help the
I
enemy?
don't, I don't
Wait, but
Everybody gets hit by this, including the drow.
my forearm blades are stuck in the concrete. So
Yeah,
one, do I stay there or do I
No,
pull them
it'll
out?
blow it out, but you'll be pushed back.
Oh, okay.
So,
So do I lose my turn of pulling them
no,
out?
I think you'll be fine. Bubda hits the ground, and this wave of force goes out from him in all directions, and there's this loud booming sound, and the drow lady gets pushed. So everyone who got hit by it, everyone takes 12 thunder damage, and you're pushed 10 feet away from the
boy.
from Bubda.
That was half my life.
That was half your life.
Half of my remaining life.
But the wave of force, I'm letting myself be persuaded, kicks the gun up off the ground that was dropped by Isaac. And so, Isaac, it kind of bumps, I guess, into you. And so you can,
I want it to fly up high in the air, and then I reach up and catch it.
I'm going to make
It
this
would
a
not go
roll.
over
Yep.
my head.
Roll
I
a
would
dex
catch it.
check.
Just a straight up?
Just
Or
straight up.
Can it be athletic?
Or aerobic?
Can it be an aerobics roll?
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics. Thank you.
I mean, that's fine.
It's an aerobic roll.
Downward facing dog.
What'd you get?
That is an 18.
Okay. It knocks a bunch of stuff up into the air, I guess. And you manage to pick out of all the stuff that's thrown up into the air, which one is your gun, and you reach out and grab it.
You pick your
Isaac,
gun
you're
over
amazing.
our
And I lower it
bodies.
down and target the drow. Actually, I don't know whose turn it is.
It's
next,
Hondo's
but I'm
turn.
getting ready.
So everyone was blown backward, and you're knocked prone? Nope, you're just pushed 10 feet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Does my blade like
Actually, it
scrape
does
into
say
the ground?
unsecured objects
Make
that
it
are
like a-
completely within
that.
the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away.
Boom.
My
The
pastries.
lore supports it. Oh, there's donuts flying in the
My
air.
pastries.
Actually, what I should have done- yeah, your pastries are gone. Captain Galathil got him far enough back, like they're back by where the stairs first came
Did he
down.
leave the pastries or did they take the basket with them?
They,
Yeah, what's the pastry situation?
no, they would not
Yeah.
have taken the pastries with them, no.
Yeah.
I'm thinking your pastries are...
Scattered all over
No,
the
Scattered
we can pick them
everywhere.
up. It's fine.
All right,
They're just.
all right.
Don't worry about the drow. 10-second rule. We just gotta run and get all the pastries.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. We'll be good.
But Bubda thinks he did amazing because he's looking at the drow who's now been pushed back and injured. He's like, yeah!
Bubda, you did 36 damage to all of us and 12 to him.
I don't know what that means. Yeah, it's your turn, Hondo.
I'll pick up my gun for my first action. I say into the mic.
I can make that a bonus action. All right, so what are you going to do with it?
I'm put it back. No, I'm gonna shoot her.
Okay. Roll it up.
12 plus
Six?
6. Yes,
That's a hit.
18. So that's
6
6
damage.
damage.
Nice.
The picking up the gun was a bonus, so I can shoot her again.
Yeah,
Sweet. Running out of bullets.
Mm-hmm.
16.
that's a miss. Isaac,
Oh, I caught my gun from midair, and I lower it down.
you're so proud of yourself.
I love
proud of
this.
myself. And I lower it down to target the drow, although I do think about targeting Bubda. And I'm rolling to attack. That's insanely high. 21.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, cool. I look directly at the drow and I say, "Nice to meet you." And I fire the laser pistol.
And you shoot her with a fire pistol.
That's 5 damage. And this is non-lethal, by the way. I'm aiming for the Neen camps.
Then she is dead.
Oh.
So she would have had 1 hit point left, and then he just shot her.
In the Neen camps, non-lethal location.
Okay. So she immediately falls to the ground, definitely incapacitated by what you guys have been doing to her.
Failing
But
to do
her screaming just gets louder and louder, and finally just climaxes into this gurgling kind of sound when she just falls down motionless, and then her body almost kind of caves in a little bit, like it's no
Ew.
longer being supported by a skeletal structure underneath.
I'm glad I made that shot non-lethal, because could have gone real bad.
The king runs up and inspects her, and he's like, "Is this normal? What did you call it? With withdrawals? Is this normal with drugs?"
Well, the whole chest caving in thing, not really as far as I'm
I've
concerned,
never
no.
seen anything like this before.
What kind of ray gun do you
A
have?
bone melting gun?
That's definitely not my fault.
Bone melter?
Captain, you
Although
were
that's a
right.
good name.
This group
name
is
for a gun.
very, very dynamic.
I am frantically collecting pastries.
Bubda is also
But he's not collecting them for you.
Okay.
Bubda's putting them directly into his mouth.
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
they're not going into
no
the basket.
question.
How many did I lose? I had 22.
All of them.
Oh, so
No.
Bubda
No.
got, I'm going to
He's not-
say...
he's not
Do you want the
Flash.
dirt-covered donuts?
Yes.
Thane was collecting them too.
I was collecting them just as
Bubda
fast
got
as
at least
Bubda.
5.
Put in parentheses around 17. Dirty.
Well, not all of them are dirty.
I don't think any of them survived cleanly.
They were on the ground.
Maybe
but-
there were some in the basket that didn't get knocked out. The
Yeah.
ones on the bottom. Right?
Miraculously.
17 pastries, 10 dirty.
He's actually
7
writing this.
clean.
That's the best
7
part.
clean. There you go.
important.
Oh, I might be able to help you out, my friend.
Oh,
yes.
You clean pastries?
And I'm gonna come over to Thane and put my hand on his shoulder. Just be like, "Don't
'Cause
worry,
Thane-
my friend." And then I'm going to put my other hand out and prestidigitation.
Yes.
Some pink light kind of goes over the donuts, and the dirt's gone.
17 clean pastries.
He was so sad for a second, and
Yeah.
now
I just give you a big hug. Just a big old bear hug.
This is why we're down here, right? I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's good with this.
Yeah.
Well, while you guys are playing around with the donuts, the
Playing?
king is still looking at the Drow and testing some stuff, and he's like, "I watched the entire battle, and the damage that you were doing should not have done this. I have to believe that this is a side effect of the drugs or whatever it is that's been going on with her and the rest of the Drow. I mean, they're all in danger of this same thing happening."
Can I do a perception check on that, or
On what?
on her, to see if we can figure out what happened to her?
Do a medicine or perception, whichever is higher.
They're both the same. So
Oh, okay.
that's a crit.
Oh,
20.
really? Wow. Okay. So actually, you've seen something similar where there's been drugs or something just barely coming out in the Shadowrun universe
There you go.
that causes your body becomes so physically dependent on whatever it is that your body can't sustain itself without continued use of it, to the point where it actually can't even hold its own structure.
Maybe that's what the Grigori Corporation was working on.
Oh, that's the
What do we do? I mean, why did you take us down here? What? Hopefully not to have this thing fight us.
No, definitely not. She'd been strapped to the table. We thought she was secure. We've been trying to help her figure out what's been going on, but
So you want to save the Drow?
they were peaceful. I mean, we'd never seen eye to eye, but they've never full out attacked us before. We had to believe there was something else going on, and this seemed like a perfect opportunity to find out. Whatever was affecting her is affecting them as well. They've all shown signs of this outrageous strength and rage and aggression. What I need is a team to go to the Underdark, find out what's been going on, and see if we can correct this. It might be the key to ending this war.
The Underdark? I hear that place is a ruin.
Are you drunk again?
Yeah, he heard that from
No,
himself.
I
He was
heard that
drunk.
I heard somebody say that once. I don't know. Like, legitimately, isn't it a ruin?
Don't worry, I'm not sending you in alone. If you would consent to go and do this task for me, not only will I pay you handsomely, but I actually have someone who can help.
At heart?
You bet-
Isaac say
he's
that?
like a baker slash like assassin man.
No.
Death by chocolate.
That's good. That's the name of his sword.
He starts throwing pastries, poison
man.
pastries.
The
The baker.
what was I even talking about?
Well, you're definitely not focused on what the king's talking about. I regret introducing the pastries at all.
Isn't that the life of a
pastries
DM? though?
Right? Okay, get off the damn pastries. We're moving on. The king is trying to give you a damn quest. You people make me swear all the time. So the king is like, would you consent to going to the Underdark on our behalf and figuring out what's going on?
Who was this other person you were talking about?
I could take you to meet him.
Sure. Should we just leave her here?
I don't think she's going anywhere.
Well, she doesn't have any bones, right? Like her bones melted. She's just a meat
She's
sack.
not going anywhere,
You just need to mop her up.
But maybe there's something still more to it.
Yeah,
Like, who
that's
knows what's going on underneath that.
Joshua does,
Bag
actually. Joshua
of
knows
skin.
everything about what's going on.
Guard Captain Galathil, will you please wait here and make sure that everything's secure still, and I will take our visitors back up.
I salute him.
All right, he salutes back.
Oh, sweet.
So the king's like, if you'll follow me, please. He takes the torch from Captain Galathil and leads you guys back up the stairs, and he takes you through some chambers and things. There's some guards around, but you guys kind of seem to be going in backroom chambers. I'm very outgoing and I enjoy spending time. I'm very casual, but I have to maintain some sort of public presence of the king. So if I suddenly become very cold or distant, it's because I'm trying to maintain the reputation of a king.
Okay, if you're trying to maintain the reputation of a king, and you're gonna act cold to us, give it like do a little wink. He needs to be like, "Oh, you fellows, stand there, don't move." Wink.
No, I think that it'll suffice if I just
winking's just a Canada thing. It's cool.
It's no big deal. Whatever. We just thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
So moving right along, he's like, we're there, and so he like.
Yeah, sorry, King. I hope you didn't take any of this seriously. I was just trying to pass the time until we got here.
Just kidding. Yeah, we didn't do any of that. No.
It's a very different sense of humor you have in Canada.
Yeah, well, it's not the same across kingdom lines. So it's nice to get exposure to different cultures, right? Though.
Definitely. Perhaps after this war is ended, I can make an official visit.
Oh yeah. Our commander-in-chief would love that.
Isaac, what was his name again?
And I look around and I see how high up we are in the castle, almost like we're walking on the sky. So I say,
oh gosh,
his name is Skywalker.
I love it.
Awesome. Roll a deception check.
Oh, jeez.
I'm real good at lying, folks. That's a 20.
Okay.
So he's Lord in Chief Skywalker.
Commander-in-Chief Skywalker of Canada.
Commander-in-Chief Skywalker of Canada. That's so unique. I can just tell there's a rich culture there.
Is it unique,
like
though?
Sounds like a hero.
He's a great man, yeah.
I know Skywalker.
The worst part of it is that, Thane knows.
I bust out laughing.
Like somehow I just pulled this out of thin air, and Thane knows that it's from something.
Oh, right, because you know the classics.
He's seen Star Wars, the
that's
classic 1980s movie.
Yep, and the remake of 2040.
And the remake of 2040.
He opens the door to what looks like maybe a guest chamber, and inside there is another Drow man.
Oh.
The Drow man says, I've been waiting here forever.
Instinctually, I pull out my gun just because I'm nervous about
I'm
it.
getting on defense, too.
No, wait. This is a guest of mine. Rylatar, this is Isaac and Hondo and Thane and Kieran and a goblin. Rylatar has left the Underdark, and he has been working for me for quite a while now. He's as disturbed as I am by the unusual behavior by the other denizens of the Underdark, and he is wanting to get to the bottom of this, and I think you might be the right group to go with him and help him.
How do we know he's not infected with the same thing that she was?
Yeah, what he said.
Well, I guess we don't, but he's not exhibiting any of the behaviors.
Do you feel okay?
These are the best that you could bring me.
Hey, you haven't seen us critically fail and fight 4 times in a row.
Rylatar probably knows how to get through.
Yeah, how do we get to the Underdark? It sounds like it's underground.
And dark.
Also, everybody says that the Underdark is rising, so
Have you never been to the Underdark? Or ever heard of the Underdark?
Well, I mean, we've heard of it around town and stuff, but no, we've never been. Have you?
Well, we don't really welcome outsiders, which is exactly what you are, but as long as you stick with me, I will get you down there. I can't guarantee a safe return, but if we do our mission well... well, if you're what we've got, then I guess that's what we've got. We're going to leave in the morning.
You sound just like my parents.
We're going to leave in the morning for the Underdark. Is that agreeable with you? Will you escort Rylatar?
I hate to sound selfish, King, but we are putting our lives at stake here for a war that we're just kind of wandering into. What do we get out of this?
I'll have Edhart make you the royal tort.
I'm in just on the tort. Just at the mention of tort.
I had it. Is it worth it? Should I get the tort?
Yes, it is.
Looks over at Thane.
We're
He's just like stony faced. Yes.
Yeah.
Hondo says, "Make it 2 and I'm in."
I look at the king and go, "Hey, King Rufus. The pastries are good and all. People are very excited. Thane's drooling a little bit, I think. But I want something more. If we do this for you, go out and win the war. I want you to use all of your resources and connections as king of this land and find out all of the information you can about a man. A man that we call Copernicus Strat. Thank you for listening to episode 6 of the Tales of Nowhere podcast. We are hoping you enjoy the adventure as we gear up to go to the Underdark. I just wanted to take a second to remind everybody that we do have one more week until we announce the winners of our giveaway. It's to celebrate the launch of the podcast, and we are giving away some awesome stuff, including a D&D starter kit, a Dungeon Master's Guide, a player's handbook, a bunch of dice sets, and some Savage World books. You can see all the information about the contest and the prize packs available on our Facebook page. And if you want to enter, you can do so in 5 different ways. You can like us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter, you can use the hashtag Tales of Nowhere. Those are all worth 1 entry in the contest. You can also share a post on Facebook, that's worth 2 entries. And you can leave us a review on iTunes, that's the big one, that's worth 5 entries. We kind of changed so things around, weighted the entry numbers differently, just because the more time you take out of your day and the more effort you put in to promote us, the more we figure that you should be rewarded. So we kind of changed the numbers up to equalize that. Again, the contest ends when we air episode 7 on August 30th, so enter before then and listen to episode 7 to find out if you are a winner. Also, we have a subreddit that just went up a couple weeks ago. We've got discussion posts in there, and we're doing this really cool idea where kind of spoiler alert, when we go back to the cafe, if you didn't know we were going to go back to the cafe, you should have guessed. But when we go back to the cafe, we're working on this idea where we eat food, and that food influences us in a physical or mental or statistical way before we move on to the next world, the next rule set that we go into. So you could do fun things like a piece of cake that makes the eater's left hand 2 times as big, or whatever ridiculous cool stuff that you want to come up with. Just have a name and a description and what it does ready, and you can post that to the thread in the subreddit. That's /r/Tales of Nowhere. We're super excited about that, but we need ideas from you, and we're looking for more ideas and ways to communicate with the fans. So this is one that we're pretty excited about. So feel free to contribute to that. And before I forget, those food modifications to our characters are only temporary. They'll only last as long as a few rounds, maybe half an episode, just enough to give you guys a little bit more control of the story and the role playing that's going on, but not enough to influence or change the rules of whatever world we're in. But still, for that half an episode, it's going to be a lot of fun. If you've got any feedback for us, feel free to get in touch with us. We'd absolutely love to hear from you. Our email is mail@talesofnowhere.com. That's mail@talesofnowhere.com. You can also find us on Twitter @nowherepodcast. And if you have a couple of extra minutes, it'd be awesome if you would review us on iTunes. Again, we are a brand new podcast, and these first couple months are super, super important. So we would really appreciate listening to what you have to say, reading what you have to say. You listen to us. The intro and closing theme songs were done by composer Sean Jackson, and the rest of the music was done by the incredibly hardworking and talented John Good. You can find more of his music on SoundCloud under the name Burn7. Remember that contest ends next week, and you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and our subreddit, as well as our website, talesofnowhere.com. Yeah, I think that's everything. Until next time, everybody.